This is Your Moment with Miguel Ramirez.
Hello and welcome to Your Moment. Continuing the discussion last week, I'm talking with Christine Marie Bryant. She talks more about her group, the Coffee House Writers Group, in the video release. Hopefully tomorrow you'll get to listen to me really mispronounce the name of the Coffee House Writers Group. When it came to the abbreviation, for whatever reason, I thought it had an extra C, and so as I'm reading the title, I just really butcher the name pronunciation, but that'll be in the video, hopefully up tomorrow. She talks about what inspired her to make the writers group, her experience when it came to other writers groups and the types of rules and restrictions that she came across. She also shares the process that some groups use when it comes to picking their members and how that differs from the Coffee House Writers Group. Catching up with Christine Marie Bryant. And you're the president and CEO. Where did this idea first begin to bubble or establish? When did you feel like, I want to share this on a medium to where I want to connect other people to writing?
Well, first, it's Coffee House Writers Group. There's no creative in it, although we do have a lot of creative people. So it's Coffee House Writers Group. We also go by CHWG as well. And what happened was I have one child, and I was writing so much before I got pregnant, and then obviously it's like you got priorities when you have a child, and my writing got put on the back burner. And when she started high school, and she started, exploring her own life and leaving me behind, I decided to finish my books. So I went online and I was looking for different writers groups that I could join to help me finish my books. And I went to like 6 or 7 of them, and they were all very discouraging. There was different things about the groups that it just wasn't the right fit for me. And every group, I was making a list of things that I wanted or I didn't want in a writer's group.
And so when you mentioned about how other people are discouraging when you were trying to find the right fit for you when it came to a writer's group, in what ways were they discouraging?
Well, I had one writer's group where it was timed, and I felt like I was on the Gong Show, because it was like I guess I ran into the time and I only had maybe a few more sentences to read of my page, but I couldn't. They just
Wow, that's really restrictive.
Yes, and then there was another group where I think I was like 5 minutes late, and they didn't let me in.
5 minutes late?
It's like, close the doors.
For an introduction to a group, it's sort of like the 5 or 10 minutes is usually the introduction leading into the assignment.
They were really strict.
Wow.
There was a writer's group. I mean, at the time I was in my 30s. I was in my 30s when I started the group, and late 30s. And I was finding groups that said, if you're, in your 20s up to 30, or there was even a group where it's like, oh, the cutoff is like 35. And I think I was like 36 or 7 or something.
But for a writer's group where you're collaborating with creative people, you're meeting people with different ideas, you're kind of to where you're able to see someone else's point of view from their narrative and their storytelling, what they write in the writer's group. For me, the question that would stick out to myself is, why would age be such a crucial determining issue to where they need to restrict someone from being in the group if they're...
I didn't have time to question these people. It's like, okay, no worries, next group. And all these groups I was finding on meetup.com. And then, there's several groups where they give you homework. So, you have like homework assignments to read like 5 or 6, 7 manuscripts and critique all these manuscripts in hopes that these 5 or 6 people are going to critique your manuscript. And, there's no guarantee they're even going to do it. There's no guarantee that their critiques are even going to jive with you or how you think. So that was like a lot of effort put forth for not a lot of promise. There's just so many different things. And so when I finally got to the point where I was like, I'm just going to get on Meetup and do my own group, and I'm going to do it this way. And that's what I did.
I'd like to thank Christine Marie Bryant for stopping by. To find more information on the Coffee House Writers Group, you can type chwritersgroup.org, or if you use Facebook, you can go on Coffee House Writers Group. If you search groups, that's the first one that usually pops up. You can follow me on social media at YMMRE20, at Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, SoundCloud, usually most places, I believe. If you'd like to send an email, you can send it to at embarking200@yahoo.com. And I believe that's the bulk of everything today. Actually, as this episode gets released, I'm going to be shooting another video interview, so hopefully we'll have that in the coming weeks as well with a new guest. Next week, I should have Emily Woolery back to discuss more on reading. And then in the following weeks, we'll have an additional guest as well. Thank you for listening. Have a good weekend and have a safe Friday.
That wraps up today's episode, but be sure to tune in next week on Friday for a new episode of Your Moment.